Hello, this is Thomas here, and today I've got some of my favorite AM broadcast band receivers with me. It's a beautiful day. The sun is in the sky, and I tell you what, I have not seen the sun in 5 days, and that's not an exaggeration. We've had a really weird weather pattern here in the mountains where the ceiling of the clouds has been at our altitude, so we have been in the clouds for 5 days and haven't seen the sun. So it's nice to be outside. It's nice that it's not raining, and so we've got a one-day break where it's going to cool down, and we'll probably have freezing rain tomorrow. But I thought I'd hop out real quick and play radio because I've got some of my favorite radios out here today. And maybe I'll do some quick introductions here. This is the GE, if I can remember the model number, 7-2990A. So 7-2990A as an alpha. This radio belonged to my dear friend Michael Poole, otherwise known as the Professor. I've written about this radio in the past on the SWLing Post, and I love it. I think it's a great medium wave radio receiver, or for AM broadcast band listening. I think it's an even better shortwave radio receiver, and it's kind of cool. It's all analog, but it has a neat digital frequency readout, which I probably won't use today because, number one, it's kind of hard to read. Number two, when I'm using battery power, I rarely use that thing unless I'm just spotting a frequency real quick. It's a wonderful radio and a great example. I'll go ahead and start then on this side. This is the Panasonic RF-2200, and if you know me at all, you'll know this is one of my favorite radios ever. This is probably one of my favorite portable radios ever made. It is a benchmark AM and FM receiver. It's also a superb shortwave radio receiver, though the tuning's a little wonky on shortwave. It's it's a little drifty and stuff on the shortwave bands, but I still love it. It's got an amazing sound, great audio, and it has this ferrite bar that can be turned. So all these other radios, when you're listening on AM, you have to turn the body in order to tune the radio on weak AM stations. This one you can leave it stationary and just turn the antenna. I love this radio. I've got two of them. I love them so much. This one has been completely recapped by my buddy Vlado at hamradio.repair. And if you have one of these, I would highly recommend him. He has dug into probably 30 or more of these receivers just in the past 2 years, easily. He knows them inside out, and he keeps the full recap kits with him and stuff. So anyway, it sounds amazing. This is the CCRadio3. Now, this is the only radio in this lineup that you can buy right now. You can go to CCRain and purchase one of these, and it's a phenomenal AM broadcast band receiver. It really is. In terms of being able to pull out a weak signal and having that intelligibility of voice that is needed in order to get station IDs off of weak signals, this is one of the best, actually. It rivals my 2200 in terms of that. Now, the audio fidelity is not as good as the 2200 or the SuperRadio 2, it's about the same as the GE, to be honest. It's about very similar. I like the audio characteristics of this, and it's probably the radio I use more than any other radio in my house, mainly because it's so useful. It's phenomenal AM reception, phenomenal FM reception. It also has 2 meter, so the VHF ham radio band. It has weather radio built into it, and it has a really great Bluetooth receiver in it. In fact, the cool thing about this is most Bluetooth speakers are limited in their range. So if I'm using my phone, for example, to listen to Radio France International or something like that, and streaming it through Bluetooth to a speaker, usually when I'm more than like a room or two away, it starts to go away and loses a lock. Not with the CCRadio3. The receiver in this one's really nice for Bluetooth. I can be pretty much anywhere in my house and it'll continue to pick up my signal. So it's a great radio. It is an iteration of the CCRadio 2, 2E, and now 3. And CCRain does an amazing job. They are constantly, and I know this because I work with them to help them test gear, and they're constantly tweaking new iterations and new models of radios to get the very most out of them. And I do appreciate that, actually, because it means when it comes out of the factory, these are they're going to perform really, really well. And they take it very seriously. One of the very few companies now making radios specifically for AM and FM broadcast band listening. This radio is the newest one in my arsenal here. This is the GE Superadio II. Now, this radio, believe it or not, was given to me by one of our readers, a friend, Chuck Ripple. He contacted me and literally just wanted to send this radio to me. And it's not just a normal CC radio. It's not just a normal Super Radio 2, but it's one that he's completely refurbished. He recapped it with some really high quality capacitors. And Chuck's done this numerous times with other radios in the Super Radio series. So he knows it really well. And the thing looks brand new. I mean, seriously, it performs like a new radio. He's done such an amazing job with this, and he sent it to me, no strings attached, just wanted me to get it and play with it. And it is a keeper for sure. It is going to stay in my collection because there are a few radios I can test, that have such benchmark AM broadcast band reception as this one. And you'll kind of hear that. I'm going to do a little informal test with these. Mainly, it's not a lab test. It's nothing like that. This is just kind of showing the differences between these radios. I've tuned them all to one of my favorite benchmark AM stations for just testing overall sensitivity. It's not an incredibly difficult station to reach. It's about 26 miles away here in the mountains in Hendersonville, North Carolina. It's on 1600 AM. It's WTZQ, I believe, is the call sign. And I like them because it's not a particularly high power station, but just a normal radio will not lock onto that station very well. But all of these will have no problem doing it, but you'll just kind of hear how well they do it when I play them. Now, the one thing about WTZQ and any AM band comparisons when I'm posting a video to YouTube is if I play any music clip for long at all, unfortunately they'll yank it off for copyright violation. So if music's being played, I'll have to keep the clips very short as I run through these. But let's just take a quick listen. I'll start on this side and work my way over. We'll kind of get an idea for what it sounds like. Okay, that's the RF-2200. Again, sorry, got to keep this short. Okay, that's the CCRadio3. That thing sounds amazing. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I should tell you, because I know someone's going to notice this anyway, the radios that have treble and bass control, I have turned them all the way up. Basically kind of giving a bit of a loudness effect, with the equalization. And I did that because I'm not doing DXing here really, and I want to kind of show off the audio characteristics of the speaker. So that's the reason I've done that. I believe I've done that with all these radios. Yes, that one's turned up all the way too. Actually, I didn't have this one all the way up. I'll do that again. But it'll kind of give you an idea of the fidelity of these speakers. Let's go through one more time, and I won't talk in between them, but I will have to keep these shortly. I'll have to keep these clips short and keep a space in between them so that YouTube doesn't yank this.
Star has regularly
performed
the song in concert as a solo artist, and with a little help from my friends was list the 500 greatest songs.
I don't have to worry about copyright violations when they're talking.
We didn't invent great music. We just play 95.3 FM, AM 1600.
Hi, this is Merritt from Wine Sage and Gourmet. I have a poem for Pinot Noir is red, Cabernet is too, Champagne is my favorite, and we've got it all for you. Whether it's for your Valentine's, sweetie, an anniversary, or just this week's meatloaf, we have the... Now through February 13th, buy 6 bottles and get 15% off because we love our wine. Wine Sage and Gourmet, 416 North Main Street, next to Dancing Bear Toys.
Delight and create your own tailored romantic package this Days of Romance at the Greystone Inn in Lake Toxaway. Enjoy a completely private, customized dinner for two, romantic turn-downs, bonfires, and blankets. The Greystone Inn will deliver the match. You're also invited to take advantage of Greystone's special packages that give you your third night free. Tranquility and luxury is just a short dining for your safety. The Greystone Inn, hotel, restaurant, spa.
To me, without a doubt.
Now and enjoy winter rates.
So you can hear a little hiss.
Free. Call 828-966-4700 or visit GreystoneInn.com.
In that audio, you can hear a little hiss.
There are endless things to do.
To me, the clear winner here is the SuperRadio 2. In terms of audio fidelity,
for lingerie that's fashionable, comfortable, and
loud.
provides support? Look no further. Heartstrings Intimate Apparel, because
Let's see.
Intimate Apparel has exquisite bras for all.
So really, the thing about it is that and this is the thing with comparisons. The RF-2200 actually sounds phenomenal when you listen to it with music, but when you compare it to the SuperRadio 2, all of a sudden, this thing sounds it's got such full fidelity from the speaker. That's just what really makes this thing sing. And as you can hear it, there's just like no noise in it at all. I'm sure a lot of this is because Chuck completely recapped it, and that shows. I mean, the performance in this thing is just amazing.
Own business, or make your current business more profitable with help from the Small Business College. Visit blueridge.edu or call 694-1658.
From the WTCQ Weather Department, this is Paul Sprance with your Tuesday forecast. We have a winter storm watch from 7 p.m. tomorrow evening until 7 p.m. Thursday evening. Please listen to my 5:30 forecast for tomorrow. Live, there's going to be a lot of issues dealing with Henderson County, especially the southern end of the county for ice. Skies partly cloudy overnight, 19 to 21. Wednesday, partly cloudy and chilly, about 40.
So there you go. Again, this is a very informal test, but I just wanted to do it today. It was a pretty day, and it's the first day, like I said, I've been able to take equipment outdoors and it not get rained on. So I'd be curious what you guys think. If you've ever owned the SuperRadio 2, let me know what you think about it. Thanks again, Chuck. This thing's really amazing. If you're familiar with the GE, let me know. And if you have a CCRadio3, I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. And of course, the RF-2200. I know we have a lot of RF-2200 enthusiasts here on the SWLing post, so thank you so much. And you can check out more at swling.com/blog or swlingpost.com for more details about some of these radios. I'll probably post something actually special about the SuperRadio 2 here. This thing really blows my mind. It is going to become now one of the benchmarks for testing AM broadcast band reception. So, Chuck, again, thank you so much. You've given me basically a nice lab tool here. This thing, it just blows my mind. The audio fidelity is great, too, I should say, because it even has a tweeter over here in the, you can see it behind the speaker grill. It just, they just don't make radios like this anymore that have this kind of audio fidelity. I really appreciate it. But I have to say that if you buy a used radio, consider sending it to somebody like my buddy Vlado at hamradio.repair to have it recapped. I don't know if Chuck does that professionally or not, but when you recap a radio, first of all, you're ensuring that the caps won't leak on it and hurt the board inside. But it's the best thing to do if you're a custodian of one of these great vintage beauties. If you want to buy something new, I highly recommend the CCRadio3. I really do. Like I said, it's got great performance, and yeah, the audio doesn't sound as full as it does with the SuperRadio 2 or the RF-2200, but it actually has great audio, and I play music through it all the time, and I think it sounds great. So keep that in mind if you're looking for a new AM broadcast band receiver. But again, thank you very much. Sorry to ramble on here. I just love salivating over these radios, so that's the reason I've got them out today. Thanks a lot, and hope you enjoyed the video.